welcome. This is our fourth coverage of Survivor. Once again, I'm with Tyler. I'm sure many of you are getting used to his expertise at this point. Um, Clearly, there was no male alliance with Michael and the other guys. What's your thoughts on that, Tyler?
Well, first I got to go with my War Eagle here. War Eagle. I'm their second biggest fan, as you can see. Andy D is the number one Auburn fan. But yeah, they blew up that all-male alliance on me. So I'm gonna have to say Chelsea's gonna win now because I've been wrong all up and down. So I can't get anything right these days.
Okay, this episode gave us two tribal councils. I thought they wanted more dramatic flair, and I don't think we really got it. I think, yeah, we had a split vote, but at the end of the day, I think everyone knew who was going home. They tried to edit it better, but I don't think it worked. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, same. It was exciting to think about all week, but the way that the split went, you kind of knew what was going to happen. Jenna's going home and Michael's going home unless one of them wins immunity. So it was kind of boring, especially with Michael's group going second. I mean, the second they see Jenna goes out, there's no reason to, change any plans or go into scramble mode. It's okay, she's gone. Now Michael, see you later. It's a good idea. I wish it would have been a little more eventful, but it is what it is.
Not only did we not have a Ghost Island appearance, I thought and I was hoping we might get a dual Ghost Island visit or two separate Ghost Island visits, but nothing. I was disappointed because I was hoping they would send two people from each group to Ghost Island once they split them up into five. That takes away a person to strategize with and just bring them back for the vote. That's what I'd have said. Just see what would have happened. It might have made tribal council crazier. Who knows? Someone might have won a game. Someone might not have. It could have produced maybe a little better television that way. It would have definitely made things more unpredictable.
Definitely would have been nice. I mean, there wasn't anything to the episode that really kind of keep you on edge once you saw what the teams were going to be or what the split up was going to be. At that point, it was, I would have liked to see a Ghost Island or something get thrown into it to mix things up. Because after they did immunity, it was like, all right, do we need to watch the rest of this episode? Because we all know what's going to happen. They try to beef it up a little bit with like Michael saying he has an idol and what's her name, Kellen, freaking out because that's just what she does now, is freaks out over everything. Doesn't go Navidi's way.
Well, then, let me ask you the question. Is Kellen now in the hot seat? It showed in the preview. She goes, I'm pissed, blah, blah, blah. And she kind of has not really gotten her way. Yeah, the next episode to me is either going to be the beginning of Kellen's winner edit, or there's a strong chance she's going home or being put on the bottom, and it won't take much after that. Your thoughts on her situation?
I think, I can agree with you on that. I think, it's either going to start a path where she's going to go down and win or she's going to be gone soon. I don't think she's playing that well right now. I mean, she's playing smart. I mean, she has the numbers. She wants to keep them, but she's not really doing anything outside of that. She doesn't seem like she's willing to make a big move. She thinks like she just wants to ride Navidi out and kind of roll the dice and see what happens then, She's not looking, 4 or 5 moves in advance. It seems like she's like, all right, we're going to go Navidi. Then when it's just us, we're going to, okay, now let's pick sides, She's pissed about something, so maybe she realizes she's on the bottom or the outskirts or, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what else could have got her so mad. Maybe she found out that Wendell and Laurel are closer than what she thinks. I don't know.
Yeah, she put both her votes on Laurel, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But,
I
thought one of them would go on Laurel and one of them go on Michael, but she straight up went both. If Michael had voted for Laurel, she would have went home. I don't think he was in tune enough. So your guys' alliance had a chance, but not everyone was on the same page on that tribal council to me, because Michael obviously was in the dark.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Because Laurel voted for. Laurel voted for Kellen, and you figured Michael would have put his vote there, but he didn't. So he was in the dark apparently. Laurel probably had told them she wanted to vote Kellen. I'm sure they said, sure, that's fine. And then they're like, hey, let's vote Michael, And maybe Kellen said, hey, I'm going to put 2 votes on Laurel and Donovan, and we didn't see it. That would have been nice. If that happened, we should have seen it. And then Wendell and Dominic were like, sure, put 2 votes on her. That way now Michael has 2 votes and she has 2 votes. And if Michael has an idol, then Laurel go home. Sorry, you have to bite the bullet. But it just worked out the way it did. At this point, there's 8 people left. Alliance-wise, Dominic, Donovan, Wendell, and Laurel seem like that 4 is super tight. So that would mean if Kellen's going to have a chance, she had better get the other 4 right now and figure something out. Otherwise, I think she is no better than 5th, and I don't even think she's 5th at this point. What is your thoughts on the 4 of them, Dominic, Wendell, Donovan, and Laurel, in the final 4, or at least the final 5, and maybe someone squeaks in and they eliminate one of each other?
Oh, they're in the driver's seat for sure. Laurel and Donathan are in good position now because they're with Wendell and Dominic. And, so they're going to ride that out. I see maybe Laurel tries to make a move at 5 and get either Wendell or Dominic out along with Wendell or Dominic. Both of them have already said, like, hey, that's my boy, but I'm playing for $1 million for my family, so maybe at 5, one of them decides to make a move to get the other, and not take each other to 4. But other than that scenario, I really see those 4 going down to 4. Easy vote next week would be Sebastian or Angela. I mean, they're not really with anybody or outside of like the Navidi thing. I don't know who's just along for the ride more, them or Donathan. I mean, at least he found an idol, even though he had to have somebody else get the other half for him. But, I think it's pretty set where it's headed right now. Kellen's definitely on the outskirts.
So since Dominic and Wendell, apparently I'm wondering why no one has broken them up, because usually at this point, that's the couple. That is truly the couple in this show. I'm not saying like a romantic couple, but that's the pair.
Yeah.
And they have so much power. They've wielded it so well, and no one has tried to break it up yet. Why? Why has no one taken the approach to break them up or vote them out? And they might turn on each other. They might not. I would hate to see both of them sitting at the end, because then the third person would probably have a chance, because you're deciding on, well, who do I vote for? You know what I mean? Why has no one tried to break them up yet? How are they in this much control?
Honestly, I don't think that there's anybody else in the game right now that's willing to try and make that move that has the power to do so. For a while, I was thinking maybe Kellen would be up to the task, but she hasn't really. She's been kind of second-guessing herself a little lately. I think the Desi thing kind of shook her a little bit. And plus she's so blinded, like I keep making fun of her for that Navidi Strong thing. And that's another reason I think people aren't breaking that couple up, is it's majority Navidi. And so they're all thinking, well, yeah, that's a strong couple, but I'm in with them. Why would I break them up? I'm in with them. I'm going to get to the end with them, and then I'm going to break them up. And then the Malolo, well, Michael and Jenna wasn't even really playing, but Michael's fighting for his life. So, and they kind of talked to him. They were willing to talk game with him a little bit at least, so he's not going to break them up, because Kellen and the girls just closed him off. and then Donathan and Laurel are in with those two. So they've got their hands in everywhere, and everybody thinks, yeah, like I'm with them, so none of them sees them as a threat, because I guess they all see that they're with them in some way, shape, or form. So they're not trying to get rid of that. And then again, no one's really a game changer. Angela's not going to make a move. Sebastian, I mean, I don't even think he knows he's playing Survivor right now. He's just out on the beach having fun. Donathan's not going to make – none of them are going to make a move. Those guys, I mean, I like the way they're playing, but there's nobody to really challenge them at this point.
So I will say one thing that happened tonight, and this might be the best talking point of the actual episode, is we finally had a guy win an individual immunity. And doubted it took them splitting up, because Chelsea won half of it, and then he won the other half was Dominic. And, I mean, here we are. We're down to 8, and there's been one individual immunity challenge won by a guy. I mean, did they get rid of the strong women? I don't even know how to say it, because Chelsea's won 2, but Angela won 1. What are the chances a guy can go on an immunity run to win his way out? I know Wendell and Dominic both have idols still, but what are the chances they win 4 or 5 immunities moving forward?
I don't think it's very good. I don't think either of them does that well in challenges. Wendell does well in like the team stuff, but the regular immunity ones outside of this last one, I don't feel like he's done that well. I mean, this last one, it was him and Dom there at the end. We've seen guys that are dominant at challenges before, and I don't see that from either of these two guys. My Chef Boyardee's done. Yeah, I don't see either of these two guys going on a run, but I don't think they need to, honestly. I think they've got everybody right where they want them. So, plus they each have an idol. But I don't know, man. I don't really see them having to do anything. I mean, there's no other real physical threat in the game anymore that they want to get out. They were all gunning for Michael, where they, it's like everybody's trying to win immunity so that one person doesn't get it. So I just don't know. I don't know where the season. I mean, I know where the season is going to go out. I don't see too many fireworks going on the rest of the way out, though.
Okay, I guess the next thing we get to, because this just really wasn't as eventful episode as I was hoping. Next week, obviously, we saw that Kellen was PO'd in a preview, and it appears that we'll have loved ones. So you could read into this that either something's not going her way as far as the voting, or they do the loved ones. She might get left out of one of the people that doesn't win and gets picked, and that pees her off. I mean, this is a bad time. If I'm Wendell and Dominic, and I say this all the time, I am not winning that challenge if I'm where they're at in the game. What are your thoughts on the loved one visits and that?
Yeah, I mean, that could be something that ruins one of their games. And that could be what she's pissed about. Maybe Wendell or Donovan, or Dominic. God, they need to change up some of these guys' names. Maybe one of them wins it, of course, takes the other, and then they get to take one more, and they take Laurel, and then one more, and they take Donathan, and then Kellen's the one left out. She's sitting there like all excited because they're one more, and she knows it's going to be her because she's in with them, and then they just draw the line in the sand right there. I would like to think that neither of those two are that stupid, but, I mean, maybe. And you're right. With the position that they're in right now, they need to throw whatever that challenge is. They don't need to win that challenge. They've already got idols. They're sitting pretty. They have 4. They have 4, and the other 4 think that they're with them too. So, they can't win that challenge. That could Did you lose me? And it says I'm still live.
Hello.
Are we still live? Did we lose it?
Oh, we might be, but I'm on both.
Now you're echoing.
I don't know. Let me take a quick look here. Guys, if we're live, Tyler, any wrap-up you got?
What?
Any wrap-up you got?
What I got?
Do you have any wrap-up for this last episode and moving forward on Survivor?
Just to wrap it up, I hope that it gets a little more. I hope somebody makes a move. I don't see that happening with the players in the game. I'm just going to hold out that Chelsea does something, and I'm just basing that off of the fact that she's been quiet this whole time, and she's won a few immunity challenges, so maybe she's got some fight to her. Because other than that, it's just going to be. I think it's just going to be Wendell and Dom. Maybe one of them picks the other one off, but right now I don't see any scenario where one of those two doesn't win. So I don't see enough players in the game right now to really do something and shake something up.
Okay. By the way, right now, I'm aware, everyone, we're having technical difficulties. It's facing the wrong way on the screen. And so that, we're going to wrap this episode up. I want Tyler facing the wrong way on the screen to be the last thing everyone sees.
I'm facing the wrong way, like backwards?
So I'll say,
like,
screen is, like right now, your head is at the bottom of my screen, and it's turned like it needs to rotate about
way?
180, I think.
This way?
Yes.
Is that better?
Even though I know you're upside down because painting in the background. Number one, I absolutely despise Auburn. Roll Tide.
Don't lie. It says Andy D, number one fan on the hat.
There must be enough
in the writing.
For Andy D, because
Andy Decker.
Not the case. Come join us next week for Survivor. Maybe we won't have technical difficulties. Maybe we will. I had some with Mr. Washington last week too. In live. Any last, Tyler?
You sound like a techno robot right now, but
technical difficulties.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
War Eagle.
Everyone, Tyler upside down. Have a good day. Later.
All right, Iron Ball this week.